We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Mr. Swedenborg's deployment would eventually coincide with the Sino-American War and his return to the United States. In 2060, the Navy once again reassigned him, this time as an officer with the Marine Corps on active duty in Central Europe. Following the end of the Euro-Middle Eastern Oil War in the same year, the European Commonwealth disbanded, leading to gradually escalating armed conflicts between the remaining nations. The war had now proceeded deep into the landmass of the American Allied Republic of Czechia. Awful weather, next to no administrative personnel, and an abysmal lack of supply turned the conflict into a slow, trench-based war of attrition. However, through this conflict, John Swedenborg grew accustomed to combat, specifically the combat applications of chemical warfare units. Through his deployment in Czechia, he would gain a special appreciation for the application of heavy incendiary weaponry against the rebels and traitorous civilians in the region. This type of warfare would become his signature, and he would gain the nickname the Phoenix in the summer of 2064. Swedenborg received the highest order of the Czech Republic, the third-class Order of the White Lion, following his service to the nation. He had nothing else but homesickness on his mind. This little country in Central Europe felt so far away from his home, his Big Apple. In late December 2064, the war with the Chinese had been going on for years, and the gradually spreading global resource crisis came. Lady Liberty herself had finally gotten the stern end of the stick. Combined with the second outbreak of the new plague, the nation's population was in shambles. Because of this, much of the armed personnel overseas began to be recalled to the United States to occupy new stations where they could be of more use. Swedenborg would be one of the first to return home. Once home, in early 2065, at the age of 34, the Secretary of the Navy appointed Swedenborg a desk job within the Defense Intelligence Agency as the Navy Intelligence Liaison. Alongside his new assignment, Swedenborg was promoted to captain in the Navy. During his 7 years with the DIA, Swedenborg would encounter many new acquaintances, men and women who also traversed his shadowy world of lies and deceit. Many of whom he came to respect, equally many whom he despised. Swedenborg's relationship with the DIA would eventually end. In December of 2072, a Chinese-sponsored domestic terror cell carried out a bombing against the DIA's headquarters in Langley, Virginia. This attack left the building destroyed, many of his colleagues dead, and Swedenborg himself diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. He would carry the memories with him for many years to come, gaining a stronger hatred against the Chinese along with them. After the responsible terrorists had been found and brought to justice, Swedenborg left the DIA to rejoin the Navy.